Hi guys, Alex Taylor down here at a very chilly Lytham Golf Academy, and today I'm going to be testing the Cobra King F8 driver. So when we look, very unique face, milled face, and a very different pattern. Supposed to be very precise with its design, give us the best performance across the face for any driver on the market. Through its manufacturing process, it's allegedly going to give us that consistency of performance. When we look at the sole of the club, we can see grooves on the bottom. That is Cobra's 360 aero design to help reduce drag, increase club head speed, and kind of get you a little bit more out of your performance. We've got a weight in the back of the club and a weight in the heel, so we can move the weights around a little bit to give us a bit more draw bias, or we can have the weight a little bit more in the back to help promote a higher launch and more backspin. When we look at the top of the club, we can see again the 360 aero design on top of the crown, but we can also see a carbon crown in the back. Again, not the first time we've seen this on the golf market, but certainly this is a very distinctive look from the Cobra driver. So guys, I think the Cobra F8 driver looks fantastic, but let's hit some shots, let's look at performance and see if this is something that might be going in your bag for 2018. Okay then guys, so after the close-up of the head, looking at all the technology in this head, because this is jam-packed with technology. 9 degree, stiff shaft, slight draw bias, only 2 grams, but slight draw bias. Let's hit 5 real balls, TaylorMade TP5s on GC2, and let's see how this Cobra F8 driver performs. So I mean, down behind the ball, I think it looks really nice. You know, quite like the stuff on top. Maybe looks like a couple of other drivers on the market, but let's hit it, see how it performs. So felt a really good strike, little draw, turning over, not bad. It's cold down here, so I'm not getting quite the speed maybe I would normally, but 254. So nice and in play, that first one. Certainly we'll have a look at numbers towards the end and see kind of how the driver's performing. I mean, like I said, it's very cold down here, so I'm probably not going to move quite as quick as I would in the summer, but we still should see, with decent strikes, some good performance. First one though was a fairway finder. So the second one just pushed it a touch. Again, really seemed to drop off there. So what's the strike like? Okay, so shot number 3. So far, first one was good. Second one just felt a little bit low on the face. But shot number 3. Like I said, I do like the way this sits behind. Maybe a little bit nervous with the draw bias, because my bad one tends to be left. Seems to be doing everything to stop it going left at the moment, but again, felt okay, but I don't know, numbers wise, didn't seem great. So last couple, I mean, strike felt solid there. We'll be looking for a bit more distance out of that, but certainly there's the F8 Plus smaller head, which will be coming to my channel very soon, which I think out of the 2 models will probably be the one that will lend itself to me a little bit more. But last couple with this one, that definitely felt a little bit more out the toe. It's definitely going better, and that's chasing up there just under 280. So let's go one final one, if I can get the tee in the mat, before we look at some numbers. And certainly looks and feel wise, for me it's ticking the box. Not seeing huge distance numbers, but we'll see why that's the case. Again, felt pretty solid on the strike. Getting out there, pitching just under 250, chasing out 264. Okay then guys, so interesting, maybe not the numbers I was expecting for distance, but let's look at some performance numbers and maybe a little bit of strike, and then talk through why the ball's gone that distance and who this Cobra King F8 driver is going to be aimed at. Okay then guys, so we look at the numbers. My club head speed just under 109 mile an hour, which in the cold I'm more than happy with that. You know, I don't think I'd be maybe a couple of mile an hour quicker, even when it's nice and warm. Ball speed was very, very consistent at 154, only slightly back on kind of where I would expect, probably 158 if I at a push get up to 160, which again, a couple of mile an hour more club head speed, I could justify that. Launch angle was fantastic at 12.7, and we can see very, very consistent with my launch angles. The killer for me with this particular setup was the backspin. So the weight is definitely further back in this head, designed to get the ball up in the air. So I saw that with launch angle, even though it was 9 degrees. But under 3,000, just under 3,800 spin is way, way too much. And we can see with the carry then, that's killing me for carry at 245, and my total at only 262. So guys, if we look at the strike there, particularly for the last one, it was slightly toey, maybe just slightly below center. But the real killer there is even with a toe strike, we're seeing my backspin at 3,600. So just for me, a great driver, and for guys who want to get the ball in the air and need to keep spin on the ball, this is where this driver, I feel, is really going to come into its own. Okay then guys, so we've looked at the numbers. Now, for me, like I said, it's very, very cold down here and probably not going to swing quite at my quickest. I wasn't a million miles off. Now, did the extra aerodynamics of the head play a part in that? I don't know. I've tried a lot of drivers that have had claims from other manufacturers that, you know, reduced drag's going to give me more club head speed, and I've not really seen it at all. Did I love the looks and feel of the King F8 Cobra driver? Absolutely. Does this model suit me? No, not at all. We can see my launch was good, my ball speed was good, my club head speed was good, but my backspin numbers, even with reasonable strikes, were way too high. I'm thinking probably the King F8 Plus, which will be on my channel very, very shortly, should suit the way I deliver the club more and should give me more performance. But if you are a guy who maybe needs to get the ball in the air and needs to keep the ball in the air a bit longer, this could definitely be a club for you. But as ever, you need to get along, get fitted, hit the product when it's set up correctly for you, and see what performs best. As ever guys, really appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos. Comment below and I'll get back to as many of you as I can. Subscribe to my channel if you don't already. Follow me on all the social media platforms, all under Ali Taylor Golf. Hopefully catch up with some of you guys down here in the future. Stay in contact.